Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, and we're coming from the Grand Hotel where the policy conference is taking place. And of course, not only a ton of important people, but there are also people who are important and a personality besides. And so we ran into Mike Tirico, who was kind enough to come here and said, "How you doing?"
Good to see you. Good to be here. It's my first time at the conference, and there were a lot of folks here who are really the ones who make Michigan go. So it's been a real pleasure to see what our home state is really about.
Well, and I'm glad to see, because there are a lot of things that are happening here, and you are following closely after the governor and 2 U.S. senators and everybody else. So,
well, I take less heat than they do. Although if you go on social media after a football game that we call, maybe we have more in common than we realize.
All right. Well, so that's a great little segue. Let's go there. You want to go there? Let's talk about your career, how you got involved in it, and it's just evolved to such a big spectrum.
Well, this is what I always wanted to do as a kid. I went to Syracuse University, which has a world-renowned journalism program. Was lucky enough to learn from some great folks, not just professors, but peers when I was there, and then started working in that market. Was hired by ESPN after 3 years of working in local TV in Syracuse, and was there for 25 wonderful years. And this is my 7th year now at NBC, and my Michigan connection is my wife is from the state, and we moved back here back in '99. So been here for over 22 years and absolutely love everything about it. Up north in the summer, dealing with snow in the winter, all of it. The defining quality of Michigan, no matter where and when, is the people. People who either come here by birth or by marriage or by business really love the state and have a strong feeling that we want to make the cities of Detroit and Lansing and Grand Rapids and all across the state vibrant and strong, because I think there's a great pride in this state that is a little bit unique compared to some other states.
Great pride, great work ethic also.
Yes.
So the seasons, that's another thing that brings people here and they stay.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if winter keeps me here, but certainly spring and summer. Summer up north is so great, and I cover a lot of golf and play, not well, but play. And what I love is, where else can you have a nice dinner and then at 7 o'clock decide to go play 12, 13, 14 holes if you hustle around, because you get those late June, early July days where the sun sets up north, 9:30, 9:40. You can sneak in a hole somewhere close to 9:45, and the sun's up early in the morning if you want to sneak out and play. And I love the fact that the golf courses in northern Michigan have really gotten a lot of national attention, and that has helped grow it as a tourist destination. Matter of fact, an anecdote, last year I'm playing golf in Charlevoix, and I see a group of guys, we have a conversation, and they came up on a golf vacation from Alabama.
Yeah.
And they live in the South. They want to escape their hot summer, and they came up here. And that was true of Texas, Alabama, Florida, Georgia. We got a lot of people coming up this summers just to visit and play golf, which is great.
Oh, and they're coming from that old Pete Dye tour down there.
That's right. We go see them in the winter. They come see us in the summer, so it's a good trade-off.
Fair trade-off. It
exactly.
Certainly is. All right, so listen, so you always wanted to do this. Mm-hmm. Then you caught up on CNN, and then we all saw you blossom from there. So tell me about that, because you're in a lot of different sports.
Sure. The joy of being a part of a huge place like ESPN for 25 years was doing SportsCenter. And ESPN SportsCenter has every sport, highlights of, and you really had to be a fan of and knowledgeable about all of those sports. And that really helped me prepare for assignments I now cover, like the Olympics, where you have multiple sports you have to be up to speed on and cover. And I think just a sports fan's curiosity has been a part of who I was as a kid and now as an older person as well. So those things together, I think, help me enjoy the variety of sports. And it's always a good excuse to be able to watch a game, because it's always something I have to watch for work.
So a couple of other friends that I have that are in commentating had mentioned the fact that sometimes they're calling a baseball game or a basketball game, but they're not actually at the basketball game.
Yeah, that is happening a little bit more. It was one of the products of the pandemic.
Sure.
I think there were some new learnings of how to do television and use the technology to maximize. Fortunately for me, the events that I'm on, I'm at almost all the time. But as we get into some of the lesser watched events, I think it's a smart way to go from a business standpoint, from a journalistic standpoint and a broadcaster standpoint. It's challenging because there's nothing that replaces being there, being with the athletes, seeing them. So you hope that there's a balance in time that while we may be able to produce it a bit less expensively, we still don't sacrifice the quality of the announcers being there, able to be the eyes and ears of the fans. That's really what we are and who we like to be when we're on the air.
Well, as usual, 6 minutes runs too quick.
As always.
I wish we had 6 hours. Thanks for taking the time to stop by.
My pleasure.
Mike Tirico, a famous commentator, but more importantly than anything, a Michigander, right? All right, we're going to be right back on the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network, and we're coming to you from the Grand Hotel and the Policy Conference. I'm Chris Holman.